Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller,
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
and you're listening to
Not nice, clever.
We're two introverts who speak on stages around the country and work with top personal brands who also unapologetically require 24 to 48 hours of recovery time on the couch in our favorite sweats, all Netflix and no chill.
And to be clear, we're not quiet or nice. Together, we're redefining what it means to be an introvert who means business. It's time to show up and show off. Are you in? Today, we're diving into the difference between marketing and branding on this mini episode because we can't tell you how many times people mix these things up. And here's the thing, we are using our podcast as a way to get our time back. So the next time a client or a DM comes through and someone says, but what's the difference between marketing and branding? We're sending them the link. And that's how you as an entrepreneur get your time back. So here we go. This is for us and you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm going to use a very simple analogy here, and it's going to be actually from a graphic that I have legitimately saved on my Dropbox for probably 10 years. Like when I was first breaking into the marketing space, because if you guys know me, you know I cut my teeth as grassroots marketer, scrappy AF, like while I was in nursing school, Google and YouTube University, Candice and my favorites universities.
Oh, yes.
Right? We love it.
Mhm.
Free access to the people. Okay. So I'm going to share two scenarios that demonstrate branding marketing. And then, Candice, I know you have a couple great analogies too. But the difference is, so like, let's say you were to be approached on the street, right? Or you're going to approach somebody on the street. Be like, Candice, by the way, did you know, Candice, that I'm a really great expert in branding? Like, did you know that? And so it's like me telling you, right, that I'm great at branding. I'm great at mindset. I'm great at organizing and moving because I've moved 17 times in the last 14 years and hot damn, I'm so great at it. But I'm telling Candice, right? And
Right.
Candice is like, okay, all right, cool. She's telling me this. There's no social proof. There's nobody else validating this. I'm not having that thought. I'm telling Candice what I think is to be true. And I'm telling her what, right? That's marketing. I'm marketing myself to Candice. She didn't ask for it. I just walked up to her on the
Right.
street. That's marketing, right? Branding is I'm just minding my own business. I'm at a coffee shop. I'm doing my entrepreneurial thing. Candice walks in. She sees me. She's recognized me from somewhere. She comes up to me. She's like, oh my gosh, Kat, you're amazing in branding, aren't you? Like, oh my gosh, you do all the speaking. You have a podcast. Like, can I hire you? Like, I would love for you to come and speak at my brokerage or speak to my team. Like, you're amazing in the areas of branding and mindset and all of these things. I didn't even have a conversation with Candice. She came up to me unprompted, told me exactly what I'm the expert in because she knows and understands that I'm the expert in those things. I didn't directly tell her, but she knows because your brand, one analogy we like to use is like your reputation when you're not in the room or what people say about you when you're not in the room, the digitization of it, right? In this digital age.
Yes.
And it's almost one of my favorite movies of all time. It's almost a form of Inception, right? Where you're implanting that idea. Candice, when you watch this content, when you read this email, when you read the words of this caption, I'm telling you that I'm the expert. And then when you see me in real life, you regurgitate that back to me verbatim because my brand precedes me. That's my analogy. Those are the difference.
Rory Vaden says your personal brand is the digitization of your reputation. And that's my favorite definition to date. And I will use that one all the time because branding is understanding who you are and who you serve and how you serve them, the values that you operate through. It's the way you move about the world, okay?
Yeah.
And what it is that you add to your community. And that is typically foundational for marketing campaigns. And so sometimes people jump to marketing and they don't know who they're talking to, and they don't know the essence of who they are, and they don't know their unique positioning. Mm-hmm. And then the marketing falls flat. So people like to jump to marketing because they feel like that's where they're going to get the client. But if you haven't spent enough time on your brand, then you're going to miss out on actual connection. So branding, marketing, we hope that helps you to begin to understand why the two of them are both important, but you really can't, I don't think you can market if you don't have a brand.
I mean, you
You
can.
can.
We just
Not
don't know how
effectively.
successful it's gonna be. Exactly, right? It's branding is another favorite analogy. We love our analogies when we're teaching abstract concepts here, right? When you were in elementary school or middle school and you were learning the order of operations to solve an algebra problem, the acronym was called PEMDAS. Candace, you remember this? Like
I
in
do know PEMDAS, yes.
yes, PEMDAS. Oh shit, you're a former
Parentheses, yeah.
educator. Of course you do. So you had to, in order to successfully arrive at the answer, right, to solve the problem, you had to go in a specific order of operations to reach the answer. Now, you could totally go out of order, but you wouldn't reach the correct answer. Branding precedes and is a precursor to marketing. Like Candace was saying, it gives your marketing direction, it gives your marketing soul, it gives it teeth, it gives it emotion, it gives it honestly that kind of quote unquote X factor that everyone's like, why is that marketing copy converting and then this isn't? Or why is she doing so well and I'm not? And it's like, well, copycats, please refer to prior episode that we've done an episode on that. But it's so foundational. And it's largely, this is might be why people are confused by it, is that it can also be largely internal. Like it's an internal reflection and process and journey and documentation. Marketing is external, right?
Mm.
I don't know if maybe that's another kind of barrier.
And I think that's why branding is sometimes hard for people because they have to, especially
Yeah.
personal branding specifically, because you have to know who you are. And
Yeah.
that is a journey in and of itself. And you have to decide who you want to be. And that feels really scary for a lot of people to do that internal work because you're like, I'm just trying to sell a house or I'm just trying to get clients. Like,
Right.
why do I have to know who I am? But it's so foundational. And the analogy that I use in my talks all the time is that your brand is like a cake. Notice that nowhere in this 6 minutes and 55 seconds that we've been talking have I ever mentioned logo
Oh,
because
yes.
your brand isn't just a logo. That's not it.
Let's let
And
that
it's,
just,
mm,
please.
and that might sound really weird coming from someone who owns a design studio who makes a lot of money selling design.
But you know, she's telling the truth if she is saying that, if Candace is saying that.
Yes, I'm saying that the people who are most happy with their brand identity, their visual brand elements, are the people who know who they are.
Which, by the way, y'all, that's a universal truth. I love people who know exactly who the fuck they are. It's the sexiest thing in the world. They have no problem selling houses. They have no problem building businesses, right?
And here's the other thing, like maybe you currently don't like who you are, and that's fine. We've all probably been in that situation. What if you
Oh,
just
I have.
decide you're going to show up differently? Because you get to decide every single day the human being that you're going to show up as. And what if you just decide you're going to be a person who you like?
Yeah. If you know who you are, and if you know who you're talking to, and if you know the value you can provide, and you know what the fuck you want and how you want it to look and feel, the marketing is fucking cake. I didn't mean for to like bring that around, but I love that I just did. It's easy. Candace, I like we float like when we go on stage. I black out half the time because like I know
Yeah.
kind of basically what I want to share, and then we'll pivot in real time based off of like what people say and this and that. But
Our
like
audience, what they need, where they are, what they want.
right. The marketing and the sales are easy if you know your branding. The rest is easy. And the marketing and sales is really hard because you don't have that foundation to stand on.
But it's the unsexy part because
It's uncomfortable.
it's uncomfortable. It's behind the scenes, maybe. Like all of this is happening kind of internally, understanding who you are.
Yeah, when the camera's not rolling.
Maybe it feels irrelevant, but after listening to Kat and I on our podcast, I think you understand who we are. You understand who we are as Not Nice Clever. You understand who we are as Candice and Kat individually. Like we have our own unique perspectives
Yeah.
because we're just pushing record and being ourselves and then doubling down on that and saying, well, what are those things? Oh, Candice is a little bit annoying. She's always complaining about, I don't know what I'm complaining about, but things.
You know, things, which is totally fine. And
I'm
Kat's like,
complaining about having to repeat myself a gazillion times, which is why we're recording this
why we're recording
episode.
episodes. I mean, look, hashtag
but still slide into my
leverage.
DMs.
Yes, but still talk to us because again, we're still
Yeah.
humans at the end of the day. We still want to be seen, heard, and understood. Does not matter how great we think we are. We're still human. So we hope this was helpful. I think if you have any questions that remain We'll probably do follow-ups on this. It's just until it is known.
Yeah, let us know if you want a full.
Right. You got a taste. Now, do you want us taking you to church for a full? The difference between branding and marketing, two of our pillars, because we know exactly who we're talking to. We know exactly what problems we want to solve. We know your life will be better for it. Just please listen to us. You're welcome.
Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow our podcast wherever you listen to audio.
And if you found today's episode valuable, please share it with your friends.
No gatekeeping here. Remember, we love to see our clever crew grow.
Signing off, your not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.